the Basic Architect. I'm out here at the Riverside project. Last time we were out here, we began to talk a little bit about the siding and how it got installed. So, I don't know, what do you think? So, we got the front of the garage all done. We talked about all those steps. The last time we were out here, you can see we're doing a bang-up job. We got our 5/4 jamb head. Notice it has that 5/8 of an inch that it protrudes out positive from the siding. We maintain our 3/16 inch strong gap here between the boards. Notice that the boards, different size, just like I asked for. We don't have any repeating patterns every 2 feet here. This will get painted. The reason it looks kind of scruffy like that is that they painted all of the edges because obviously we're not going to get access to those edges when it's time to do the finished paint job there. So notice they snapped some nice lines. We have all of our fasteners in here. All of the fasteners, if you're wondering how this is getting installed, they're all countersunk and then plugged nice and flat. So that'll get painted up. That finish will be just damn near perfect on the outside of that. Notice that on the head here we have our cap flashing. That goes back all the way to our weather resistant barrier, which is the zip on the project to kick that water out. And then if you're wondering, we have that little recess up on the top there. That is because in this town here, the fire department is required to see the address from the street, which the street is about 100 and, I don't know, probably, yeah, about 150 yards, 120 yards up the driveway. So we needed some really decent sized letters to do that. Let's take a walk around the corner. We can see how progress is happening out here. You know, it's really shaping up. You can see when you start to see the full wall and that pattern, or lack of pattern, I guess, where we're using everything from a 1x3, 4, 1x5, 1x6, and 1x8. And then remember, the call was for we couldn't have any boards sitting next to each other in any 2 feet, and then in any 4 feet we don't have any reoccurring patterns. So it does look somewhat chaotic. If I come over here, you go down that way a little bit, and you know, you look through the trees here, you know, that's, if you remember, that's where I extrapolated the idea of having those multi-widths, that when I look through the trees, you know, if I brought all of that to the same plane, I would get this look that had a bunch of different sizes with a bunch of different gaps in there. And so basically what I did there was extrapolate a little bit from nature. We come down here, talk a little bit about what we're doing at some of the window setups here. In the original design, it's no coincidence that the windows are stacked, and the reason they're stacked is that this 5/4 trim piece here that's trimming out the window is also going to reappear down here on that side and in between the windows and basically frame out this lower section. Now down in the lower section, we're going with a totally different product. It's actually a horizontal lap siding. It's made by a company called Resista. It's made out of rice hulls, so it's a recycled product that's highly durable. It's out getting pre-finished right now. We don't have a sample of it here, but that's what will fill that, and it's a drastically different color. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. We'll just have to wait for that future video, come out here and check it out. But you can see that goes all the way up, including the panel above the top window. So we'll get that vertical rise, and then as we come in here, you'll really begin to see it. Again, no mistake that these windows are perfectly aligned, again, so we can have that vertical panel, which is very conducive to this area and the houses that are here. When you drive down the street, There's a lot of mid-century modern style housing here. So again, we have that there, that'll rise up. We have a beautiful job these guys are doing on the siding. And then we have the large lift and slide door. Now, consequently, the pattern would suggest that we have the same horizontal sliding underneath and above the lift and slide door, but we're not gonna. We're just gonna continue the vertical boards, and there's good reasoning for that. The Resista, we can only get it in 12-foot lengths, and the homeowner didn't want any butt joints there. So we're just gonna carry the vertical around the corner and carry it out. Everything that you see that's black underneath with the waterproofing, including through here, that is all awaiting a veneered stone finish. So that'll all get finished. It'll look like that stone foundation. One of the things I wanted to point out, bring the camera up here, you know, these guys are doing a really good job. If you look inside the joint there, you'll notice that the joint is actually a sloped joint. It's not a clear butt joint. And the reason for that is as water sheds down, you don't want to give that water the ability to go in there and sit. You want everything to always get pushed out, right? Number one rule of water management is get rid of it. And you get rid of it by two words, down and out. Use gravity to your favor and get rid of it as fast as you can. So, anyways, that's a quick update on the siding here. You can see, I think it's looking beautiful. We'll get that all painted up, although I did try and talk the homeowner into just leaving some of that gray. I actually like the tattered look. But anyways, before we go, let's take a picture here of the view. Always worth seeing the river. So, there's a reason I call it the riverside. So, take in that beautiful view, one of New England's treasured rivers. And yeah, we're about 50 feet off of it. So anyways, Steve Basic Architect out here at the riverside. Until next time, long live our buildings.